previous project, I showed to you how I made 4 baskets out of burlap fabric and rope and DollarTree trim for 4 trees I have created. This is for several reasons. Our new home in the United States, having moved from the UK, had very big walls, in some areas reaching 6 to 7 meters tall. And I needed something to cover these walls after having painted them in white. And I'm going to show in a different video how I painted the whole house myself. So I wanted to create some trees out of the tree branches which I found in our garden after the many storms and, well, not tornadoes, but very strong storms and tornadoes passing nearby, but not in our area. So some of them I wanted to be simplistic purely because I like what is called nature mode. And others I wanted to paint them in white and add leaves, as you can see here. So what I have done, I used this concrete mix powder. Out of it, of the whole sack of 22 kilos, I used for all these 4 pots less than half, between 1/3 and half of the pack. This is a very fast setting concrete, and ideally I should have put one layer, put some water, another layer and put some water. However, this first tree I dealt with was the most difficult because it was made out of lots of little branches which I attached together with zip ties, as you can see here. And the concrete is setting very fast, in less than 30 minutes. So this was the very first tree, because typically me, I tend to deal with what is more difficult fast. So having done 4 trees on this occasion, for the second tree I put layers of concrete and then I added water, layers of the concrete dust, added water. So until I filled most of this container, which was from the Kills 3 paint I used to paint the house. Here you see 3 of the trees only, and later on I have done the 4th tree. So this is everything I have used. It was very simple, very straightforward. I wish you found in other countries this kind of fast setting concrete dust is so easy to work with. And the very first tree I wanted, after painting it in white, to cover it in these autumn leaves. And again, I purchased them, probably 1,000 leaves made of fabric, for probably around $10 in the United States. So good value for money. And the pot where it used to be the paint, now being the tree branches with the concrete, of course I covered it in rope and lace, and look how beautiful looks now. I really like this. And the tree itself was probably over 2 meters tall, and I put it in an area near the window. Afterwards, I put some lights on it, which I was able to remove as I pleased, and they were powered by batteries. Then I realized that the batteries were just going so fast, and in order to save the environment, I just used a plug wall in the end, which was a brilliant idea because I was saving so much electricity. I was so happy with the way the branches looked that I got even more from the garden rather than throw them away, and I put them in vases in order to create different kind of floral arrangement. I really like that, and as I mentioned, this was a great idea because I was mixing it not only with the paintings we sent over from the UK, but with this dead nature I like so much. For the second tree, I used pearl bunches and this white tape, which is supposed to have adhesive on it. I purchased it from Amazon. It did not. So rather than throw it away, I said, okay, no worries. I can secure the ends with glue. And you are going to see later on how I have done that. It's very, very easy. So I wrapped it around most of the branches, and also I wrapped it around the pearl bunches, and after that I put again lights, just like with the first tree. These kind of trees are very expensive in the United States, and in Canada, in the UK, they are worth over $150 or pounds or Canadian dollars. So I really like the way they look in the end. And this is how I was doing it for this pearlized tree. The other two trees, I simply painted them in white outside using Rust-Oleum spray. And you have to be very attentive with this type of spray because it really smells. It's very, very powerful. It has got some very powerful chemicals in it, and you might want to wear a mask besides doing it outside in a box because you don't want to spray around in your garden to spray your grass and so on. So here it is, look how beautiful it looks like. And the zip ties I used were white because I wanted to match the branches. I secured everything beautifully. I am very happy with the way it looks like. Check my other project on how I did the burlap baskets I have created for these trees. There's going to be a link at the end of this video, and check my other projects on how I did so many other things, anything from wreath to Christmas baubles to anything. Well, as ever, thank you for watching.